A pleasant good evening, everybody, and welcome to Yukon High School as we get ready for a 4A area final. The winner goes to the state tournament next week at the fairgrounds. The loser will have to come through the loser's bracket, the consolation bracket. They would play Cushing tomorrow for the right to go to the state tournament. Hi again, everybody. I'm Steve Marshall. Greg Spencer's alongside. Madison Marquardt will join us from the sidelines, and we are excited to be here at Yukon High School, a sparkling new facility, and a matchup here between Mount St. Mary's girls with a record of 19-6. They're 16th ranked in Class 4A girls basketball. The Douglas girls come in 14-10. They're unranked, and Greg Spencer joins me now. And Greg, you're familiar obviously with some 4A basketball, and big game tonight, kind of a historic game for the Lady Rockets from Mount St. Mary.
Yeah, a little bit of surprise to see both these teams here in this area championship. I know most people, when they pointed at this area before the playoffs got started, people expected to see Blanchard, but the Lady Rockets knocked them off, and then they were upset at the buzzer by Cushing last night. But this Lady Rocket team is not very experienced, Steve. They're led by 3 sophomores, a freshman, and 1 senior, but they've got 4 in double figures, and they're an exciting team to watch.
Should be an interesting matchup here tonight. The Douglas Lady Trojans come in. Their coach is Gina Crawley Anderson. She's a 1986 graduate of Douglas High School in her first year as the head coach. Her team has been playing a lot better here of late. We're all set to go. Hope you enjoy the action tonight here on Z-Preps. Douglas will control the tip, and they've got the ball on the offensive end of the floor to start things off. Lady Rockets look like man defense. First shot put up way short. And the Rockets break back the other way. With the basketball, Brianna Wade. Man-to-man defense employed by the Douglas Lady Trojans. Richard sets the offense. Nice backside pass. Shot is up. It's no good. A whistle and a foul on the play, and going to the free throw line for Mount St. Mary will be Amy Richard.
Very well executed play there as Richard got a high percentage shot. She's going to get to go to the free throw line. Tell you what, Coach Rory Hamilton does a great job with this program. As we said, this will be the first time that they have ever made it to the state tournament if they can pull off this W here tonight. And Richard goes to the line and knocks down the first, Steve.
First one up and good. First time they've even made it to the area final. And as I talked to Coach Hamilton beforehand, he said he wanted to make sure the girls weren't happy just getting to this point. Told them to go out, have fun, enjoy it, but come away with the victory as Richard goes 2 for 2 from the stripe, and Mount St. Mary's on top early 2-0. Into the post, they get it to Tiara Williams, number 21. She is the go-to girl for the Lady Trojans. She averages a double-double, about 21 points, 10 rebounds per game. She has already committed to play her basketball at Grambling University, and she is much of their offense. I don't want to say it's all of the offense because there are some others that can put up some points. There's a fast break opportunity. Mount St. Mary down the court after the rebound layup, up and good. Adrian Berry and the Lady Rockets up quickly, 4-0 in the early going.
You might see a lot of that tonight, Steve. Adrian Berry is outstanding on the transition offense, and they do a great job of getting into her. And here they go again.
Here they go again. Bond with the basketball. Left side goes in. Layup a little too strong. Get the offensive rebound. Put back up. Missed that. And Douglas comes away with the basketball. Here comes Williams. She's not afraid to take it length of the court. Drives through everybody. Misses the shot. And gets it back, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul on the floor, and that's going to be called on Berry. So with 6:38 left to go, opening quarter of play in this area final, the winner going to state. Mount St. Mary on top, leading at 4-0.
Seen a couple examples of why Williams is a D1 ball player there. Even though she missed the layup, had a nice move, got the follow-up, got the defender in the air, and took a good shot.
Here's a shot that's missed, but then rebounded. Douglas doing a good job on the boards, but Richard comes up with a steal. And the Lady Rockets back on the attack. Pass outside, 3-ball in the air, bounces around, no good. Offensive putback, up and good for 2. 6-0, Mount St. Mary on top.
Big putback by the freshman Adrian Berry. She is the second leading scorer on this team at 12.2 points per game, and she shoots 52% from the field because she takes quality shots like that.
Wow, Chantrice Penny, loose basketball, big collision right in front of the Mount St. Mary bench. Penny slow to get up for Douglas. 1-on-2, taking it to the hole. Had her shot altered, missed, and it's taken away by Douglas. If you're Coach Hamilton, you have to like the start, even though they've had a couple of opportunities that they've missed on. Lead it by 6, could be more, and a whistle and a foul, and that might be, is that going to be on Barry again? Nope.
I believe it's on Richard.
Okay, Richard picks up the foul.
Well, Mount St. Mary's got to make somebody else beat them. They know when she starts to drive, they need to collapse, make the kick out happen. Couple fouls there because they've not done a good job rotating and collapsing on defense.
3 team fouls on Mount St. Mary. 5:42 left to go here first quarter. Thanks for joining us tonight on zpreps.com. Remember about that instant feedback button. As you're watching the game, let us know where you're watching from and your thoughts on the game tonight. And we'll try to keep you updated on all the scores going around. Class A and B state tournament finals will be held tomorrow at the Big House. And lots of area action. Plenty of stuff for us to keep you updated on here this evening. 6-0, Mount St. Mary on top here in the early going.
And it looks like, Steve, that Mount St. Mary's going to throw everybody at Williams tonight, as we saw both Haygood and Richard on that end of the floor guard Williams on that possession.
Richard kicks it back out. Shot is blocked. Williams comes down with that block shot. Don't want to let her drive length of the floor. And a good defensive play by Brianna Wade. Looked like an easy 2 for Douglas, and the Mount St. Mary defense has really played well here in the early going.
Wade, the all-state softball player, going to go play at North Texas next year. She's a heck of a player on the basketball court as well, averaging about 11 points and 8 rebounds on the season.
Shot up, no good. Tipped around. Bond comes away with it for Mount St. Mary. We go into the 5-minute mark here in this first quarter of play. 4A area final. In area final, you wouldn't expect to see a number 16 rated team and an unranked team in the area final, but that's what we have here tonight. 3-ball is up, off right, no good, and Douglas comes away with the rebound.
4A girls basketball in Oklahoma might be the second best class, if not the best class. There's a lot of depth, a lot of good teams. I feel like Mount St. Mary's probably been a little underrated all season, but Douglas, they're trying to prove that they've been underrated as well.
Douglas comes in. They are 0-8 against top 10 teams. But, of course, they play the Millwoods of the world. They've lost twice to them. Northeast is a very talented team, even though they're just 2A. They play a very tough schedule. Mount St. Mary, on the other hand, 1-2 against top 10 teams on the season. Now the pass is tipped away. Long pass down the floor. Wade, tough angle, can't get the shot off. Very impressed with Mount St. Mary and their willingness to attack. And Coach Anderson is beside herself on the Douglas sideline as she was running up and down looking for a timeout. Does not like the way the game has started for the Lady Rockets. 6-0 the score with Mount St. Mary on top.
Yeah, 6-0 early on here as everything's going right for the Lady Rockets as they have the early lead. And Coach Hamilton's got to feel good at this point. They're doing a nice job defensively. You got to take a little bit better opportunities or advantage of their opportunities on the offensive end. I had a couple missed chip shots inside, but you got to like the way they've come out. A lot of energy, a lot of confidence.
4:18 left to go.
Steve, the coach says that they just need to slow down and execute. They're not moving. They're very stagnant, and if they just set some screens, they'll be all right. Mount St. Mary's really needs to just slow down and execute. Douglas is putting on some good defensive pressure. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Madison Marquardt on the sidelines with us tonight here at UConn High School. Whistling a foul. That's going to go against Mount St. Mary. That's going to be the 4th team foul here in this first quarter of play. 4:11 left to go. Mount St. Mary got off to a quick 6-0 start. Not much has happened since then in the scoring end. Douglas to inbound, looking for Tiara Williams. She'll shoot the 3 and she'll hit the 3. First points of the night for Douglas. Williams gets them on the board, cuts the lead in half.
Got to make somebody else beat you. We've said it again. She is the go-to girl, and she gets her team on the board here early on as Kaylee Bond looks to kick it out to Haygood in the corner.
Her three ball is on the way. It's up and good. Haygood answers for Mount St. Mary, and it's back up to a 6-point advantage for the Lady Rockets.
Nice job on the penetration and kick out by Bond to Haygood. A couple sophomores there for the Lady Rockets. 9-3.
And a whistle and a foul on the floor, a blocking foul, and that's going to be the 15th foul, and I believe the second against Richard. Actually, no, they're going to call that on Brianna Wade, so I better slow down on anticipating who the foul has been called on. Substitution coming in.
Yeah, actually, well, it says 2, and I'm not actually, it says 2 on the board and then 3 fouls, but I don't think that's correct.
Here's a shot from the outside, and it's Williams again for a 3. 9-6 our score. Lady Rockets 3-ball contest right now. This one's off no good, but Wade's there to get the miss. Mount St. Mary to reset. Pass inside. Bond gets it, goes in, puts it up off the glass and good. Kaylee Bond with her first 2 of the night, 11-6. Mount St. Mary by 5.
Bond, the leading scorer for the Lady Rockets at 13.5 a game. She missed the first 5 or 6 games of the season in the first semester due to a little bit of a controversy issue last year with her eligibility, but she has come on in the second half this year and just played outstanding.
Williams gets inside, misses the shot. Douglas gets the offensive rebound. Here's another 3. That's up no good. Good job on the offensive boards by Barry to get possession. Now they've got numbers, 3-on-2 for Mount St. Mary. Drive baseline, lost control, ends up in the hands of the Lady Rockets. Shots up no good, whistle and a foul. And it looks like a 2-shot opportunity coming up for the Lady Rockets.
Really would have liked to see Bond go ahead and take that 15-footer there. It's kind of an unnecessary drive to the bucket, but fortunately if she hits these free throws, it's going to work out well for them. As Jordan Braun's going to the line, another sophomore for this Lady Rockets team. Jordan, however, was not on the varsity as a freshman, whereas Bond, Haygood, and Richard all started as freshmen last year.
6-point lead matches the biggest lead of the night. And a second free throw for the Lady Rockets. 2:29 left to go. First quarter play. Second one's off no good. And 12-6 is the lead. Shot up, no good. Mount St. Mary looking to push the basketball and doing a very good job of it, driving all the way down. Great job as the defense just kind of allowed her to come in, and Brianna Wade gets her first 2 points of the night.
She can do it all, Steve. She rebounds well. She'll start the transition with good outlet passes, but as you see, that time she led the transition and finished. She really plays well and quicker than her size.
6 different players have scored for Mount St. Mary here in the early going. Here's a long 3 again. That's up no good. Offensive rebound position good there inside by Stepney. And a whistle and a foul against the Lady Rockets, and that'll be the 6th team foul. So it'll be 1-1 going forward. Still 1:49 left to go in this first quarter.
The Rockets are going to have to stay out of foul trouble here. Really, Douglas is having a lot of problems getting good shots when the ball is not in Williams' hands. So they need to make sure that they take advantage of their opportunities and close out, rebound, and keep running that transition offense that they're doing so well.
Williams gets it out top, little stutter move. Penetrates. Douglas again with an offensive rebound, but losing the basketball trying to go up, and now a whistle and a foul. That's going to be called on Stepney. And that'll be the 3rd team foul against Douglas. 14-6, Mount St. Mary on top. Trying to become the first Lady Rocket squad to ever make it to the state tournament. Boys have been going on a regular basis.
Yeah, 3 years in a row for the boys, and they're going to have a chance tomorrow night to make it 4, maybe the first in 4A for the Rockets if they've had to move up this year. The Lady Rockets, however, have got to this game due to 79-28 wins over Santa Fe South, a 62-47 win over a solid Heritage Hall team, and then, of course, that road upset over Blanchard, 47-43.
Nice move, gives up the 3, shoots the 2. Great decision by Kaylee Bond. Got the wide open look and knocked it down. 16-6, 10-point advantage for Mount St. Mary.
A trip or 2 go down the floor last time. Bond was the one creating and kicking out to Haygood. That time we saw the opposite, as you see the sophomore teammates doing a nice job helping each other out.
Another loose ball opportunity, diving for it on the floor. And the possession arrow belongs to Douglas. They'll get it with 1:07 left to go in this first quarter of play. 16-6, Lady Rockets on top.
Great amount of hustle there by the Lady Rockets. As you can see that they're just sensing this opportunity. They know that they've already got past the toughest team in their region with Blanchard or in their area. And I think you're seeing a lot of confidence out of this team. We've talked about how, yes, they do have a lot of freshmen and sophomores, just that one senior, Brianna Wade. But this is a team that got a lot of experience last year when some of these girls were freshmen, and they don't play like freshmen and sophomores.
Very impressed with the start they've gotten off to here as we go under a minute to play in this first quarter. Tierra Williams at the elbow, drives, penetrates, puts it up and good for 2.
She's got all 8 of their points, which goes back to what we said. Make somebody else beat you. So far, Douglas has really not even got a quality shot attempt off by anybody else but Williams.
Good hustle, loose basketball, comes out. Tie ball this time will belong to Mount St. Mary. Clock stopped, 36 seconds left to go first quarter. Basketball all over the state tonight, tomorrow.
Yeah, this Douglas team has advanced to this game by beating Cushing 47-46 in the first round. And I tell you what, Steve, the loser of this game has to turn around and play Cushing. So it could be another great game here. Either team has to face Cushing. Cushing riding a red-hot start here with wins over Blanchard and Bethel in the last 2 nights.
Final 30 seconds for the Lady Rockets, who lead by 8. Good job coming off the screen. Very impressed with the execution of the offense by this Lady Rocket squad.
Nice patience on the wing there by Braun, waiting for that curl cut to develop from Kaylee Bond. She took it hard, went up strong, and she drew the foul. She goes to the line for 2 shots.
Bond free throw up, no good. 4 points on the night. We said 6 different girls have scored for Mount St. Mary.
Bond's 57 of 77 for 74% from the free throw line on the season. So I bet you most likely she'll knock down this second chance.
Toes the line. Second free throw on the way is up, and that one's a little bit long. Offensive rebound, however, for the Mount. Shot up, no good. Wade, offensive rebound, put back. That rolls off the front of the rim. And a third attempt, and it's up and good.
If at first you don't succeed, try again, and that's what the Lady Rockets did there. Good job by Barry and Wade crashing the boards, making that happen.
Cross-court pass. Will they get a shot off before the buzzer? I don't think so. It's on the way. It's no good. And the first quarter comes to a close. Mount St. Mary leads it after 1 over Douglas. 18-8 our score on Z-Preps.
No coincidence the Toyota Tundra has received the most dependable large pickup award from J.D. Power and Associates. Not once, not twice, but 6 years in a row. Now that's a statement no other truck can make. The full-size Tundra from Toyota.
1 quarter in the books. Let's go down to Madison Marquardt on the sidelines as she is tuned in and listening to the Mount St. Mary huddle. And we'll check in with her as she will file a report with us. And let's check in with Madison to see what's going on in the Mount St. Mary huddle.
Well, Steve, Mount St. Mary's coach is really aiming for ball movement, spacing, and for them to keep attacking. They're playing very fundamental basketball right now, getting on the floor for loose balls and getting those extra points. We'll see how it works in the second quarter. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Madison. 18-8. Coach Hamilton has to be happy with the way things have started. Foul trouble really the only thing they need to avoid right now. Every other facet of the game appears to be solid.
Yeah, foul trouble and making somebody else besides Williams beat you on the offensive end as she has all 8 points. Tell you what, though, Steve, there's a lot of great coaches in this 4A class. But one of the guys that's going to get a lot of notice if he takes this team to state is Rory Hamilton. He is an outstanding coach, a great person, and I really like what he does with this team.
Impressed with the execution right now. They try to trap and double. Nice pass by Williams that time. She gets it to where they want to go, but can't finish the shot. Douglas is able to come up with the loose basketball. 17-footer up and no good. Over the back going to be the call against Douglas. That's going to be called on Shawntrese Penny. And that'll be the 15th foul against Douglas.
Williams on the other end of the court, they've kept that ball alive, and she just kind of started walking back. So I think she's kind of a little upset that they didn't finish that shot on the nice pass that she gave them. She's got to stick with it. She's got to know that if they want to have any chance to win this game, she's going to have to do a lot.
Yeah, it's firmly on her shoulders, no question. Lady Rockets, Wade outside left. There's a nice anticipation by Penny, who had it, lost it. Mount St. Mary will keep it.
Coach Hamilton talked about ball security being one of those keys to the game, and that was not a very good example of it there. But fortunately for the Rockets, they were able to get it back there. She couldn't hang on to it.
Haygood with the basketball. There's the backdoor cut. Perfect execution shot, no good. Got to make those when you get the opportunity. Ball still loose on the floor, and Douglas comes away.
Another well-executed play, not finished by the Rockets. Got to find a way to knock that down if you're Haygood. Solid back screen there by Braun. Nice pass, everything but the 2 points on that trip down to the end of the floor.
Another tie basketball, and alternate possession will keep it. I thought Douglas was going to get it. Well, no, change of possession at the end of the quarter, so it is Mount St. Mary basketball. 6:58 left to go here, along with Greg Spencer, Mark Jeffries, Madison Marquardt, Derek Miracle. I'm Steve Marshall. Nice pass down the floor. Oh, and again, they had what they wanted, but the pass a little too tall, out of bounds, and back over to Douglas.
Well, we're seeing Amy Richard on the bench right now. I'm not sure if she has 2 or 3 fouls. A little confusion on the scoreboard, but she controls this team offensively. She is the one that the ball goes through constantly. Every play runs through her. Now you're kind of having to see by committee here with Wade and Haygood. And down on the other end of the floor, Barry's got to go ahead and take that up strong and finish.
And now a turnover against the Lady Rockets. We'll give the ball back to Douglas, and we'll dispatch Madison perhaps to check the official scores table to see exactly how many fouls Richard does have. And a timeout on the floor. 6:37 left to go, first half. We'll take a timeout as well. Mount St. Mary on top of Douglas, 18-8 our score.
And we can expect the beautiful weather to continue this evening with a full moon and cloudless skies, low humidity, and just barely a whiff of warm southerly breeze. In fact, the forecast calls for 0 chance of precipitation for at least 48 hours. So it's a great night to leave the bedroom windows open and drift off to sleep in the balmy air with a gentle sigh of the breeze. Who knows what this morning a perfect twist.
18-8 our score. Mount St. Mary on top. Once again, let's go courtside. Madison Marquardt standing by.
Slow down. They're getting a little worked up, and Douglas needs to be careful on those boards and not allowing Mount St. Mary's to get second chance shots. Back to you.
All right, as we say that, Kaylee Bond goes length of the floor off the stolen basketball. It's 20-8, largest lead of the night. 12 now for the Lady Rockets.
No second chance shot needed there as Bond flew through the passing lanes, went and finished on the other end. 20-8, as you said here, with 6 minutes. Nice defense there by Haygood as she went straight up and avoided the foul with Williams. Has really been the one causing all the foul trouble here for the Lady Rockets.
Another great game coming up after this one. Should be a fabulous matchup. Boys 4A area final. Number 1, Douglas Trojans to take on John Marshall, a team that we saw, Greg, at the Putnam City tournament. They're playing a lot better than they were then.
Yeah, and I saw them in person last week. And as they pulled off the close win over Mount St. Mary boys, and it should be interesting to see what happens. They played each other once this year, earlier in the season. I believe that was a 20-point win by Douglas, but this John Marshall team is a solid team. If they can contain Stevie Clark, I think they got a chance.
All right, here are the Lady Rockets of Mount St. Mary leading Douglas 20-8. Wade with the basketball, avoids the 5-second count. Now dribbles in, left hand off the glass, short, no good, tipped. Lady Rockets will keep it. And now they'll reset the offense.
You definitely see how they are missing Richard here in their half-court offense. They're still having success in transition, but when they've got it in the half court, it's not flowing as smoothly as it did there in the first quarter.
And a reach or push foul. That's going to be called on Stepney. I know that's at least her second. Clock stop, 5:20 to go here in this first half. Substitution checking in for the Douglas Lady Trojans. Number 20 is Day Johnson, senior forward. Haygood with the basketball. The defense just splits. She comes right in and is able to draw the foul and gets an opportunity to go to the free throw line. 3 points on the night for Haygood. She hit a 3-ball in that first quarter of play. Opportunity to add to that total.
Haygood battled some wrist injuries early on in the season. Like we said, she had a really solid freshman season, battled some injuries, but she's come on strong here in the last couple games of the regular season and the playoffs as she knocks down the first.
First one is up and good as they continue to expand on the biggest lead of the night.
Got some score updates via some people out there in the Twitter world as Edmond Memorial boys currently leading Putnam City 25-21 with 4:13 left in the second quarter. That's for a trip to state in 6A boys.
You know, and Edmond Memorial defending champion, a lot of guys back against a team, Putnam City, that has no seniors on their roster, and yet I wouldn't be surprised on any outcome in that contest this evening. Tie ball here. Alternate possession will stick with Douglas. 4:59 left to go in the first half. Area final championship, the winner to state. The loser has to win tomorrow, and they will get Cushing. Here's a shot from outside. 3, in and out, no good. Goes off to the corner, and it's touched by Douglas. I'm not sure that they wouldn't have had the basketball had she not touched it as she was going out of bounds. Lady Rockets will get the ball.
Douglas still unable to get anything offensively outside of anybody but Williams. And really, if you're Douglas, you got to feel fortunate that you're only down 14 here with Richard on the bench. This game could be a lot worse than it is.
Don't think Douglas has scored this quarter. Left-hand shot, tough shot, up and good.
Good strong move by the sophomore. Kaylee Bonge takes it up with the left hand, 24-8 as Williams forces the issue on the other hand, Steve, as she said, hey, somebody's got to step up and end this drought, and she does.
It had gotten to a 16-point lead. Here's a pull-up from the outside, no good. 2 Lady Rockets there to rebound.
Well, maybe an ill-advised shot there by Adrian Berry in transition with a 15-foot pull-up jumper. But they're going to get a second chance as Berry goes inside, can't pull it. Looked like Bond might have got the rebound. I believe last touch going to be on Douglas, and that is correct.
Good hustle by Bond to get down there. Looked like Douglas was going to get it. She got a hand on it, altered it just enough. Douglas girl touched it, it went out of bounds. As we go into the 4-minute mark, halfway through the second quarter of play. Again, a nice back screen and a bucket for 2. Great recognition by this Mount St. Mary Ball Club as Braun gets her first basket of the night, now has 3 points, and it's a 16-point advantage for the Lady Rockets.
Braun scored 108 points on the season, about 4.3 per game. I said she wasn't on the varsity as a freshman last year, but on the freshman team, she probably averaged a good 15 plus a game, really led that freshman group. You can tell some of these girls have played together on AAU teams and whatnot, as they, even though they don't have a lot of experience on the varsity level, they just continue to get better and better.
Our score is 26, Mount St. Mary, 11, Tierra Williams. She has all of their points to this point.
6A boys update. Number 1 Tulsa Union leading Booker T. Washington 17-7 at the end of the first quarter there in that game.
Here's a shot that's up and good. Williams gets the bucket and 1. Opportunity for Douglas to cut into that little bit. I understand that Fabian Glasgow back for Booker T as well after he suffered that horrific broken arm in the Tournament of Champions right around the Christmas holidays, so he is now just back for Booker T. And 1 opportunity is good, and now it's 26-14. Williams with all 14 for Douglas.
Single-handedly keeping them in this game without question. You say that sometimes about certain players, but absolutely it's true in this case.
Riding a little too close on the defense, foul called. Both teams in the bonus, and going to the free throw line is Jordan Haygood, and a timeout on the floor with 3:33 left to go before halftime. We'll take a timeout ourselves. Our score, Mount St. Mary leading Douglas 26-14 on Z-Preps. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a high school athlete, injuries happen. The physicians at Oklahoma Sports and Orthopedic Institute are ready to help you get back to your game. This team of highly trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians specialize in the prevention and treatment of all sports-related injuries, as well as comprehensive spine care, joint replacement, and fracture care. If you find yourself on the sidelines, call 360-6764 or log on to osoi.com. OSOI, get back to your game. Welcome back to UConn High School. Entire crew from zpreps.com. Hope you're enjoying all the action here this evening. 26-14, Mount St. Mary girls on top of Douglas with a berth to the state tournament on the line here tonight. Good matchup so far. 12-point advantage for the Lady Rockets. They have led twice by as many as 16. And if you're just joining us, all 14 of Douglas' points have come from Grambling signee Tierra Williams.
Some score updates from around the state. 6A boys, Tulsa Edison leads Bartlesville 14-8 at the end of the first quarter.
We'll get some more score updates. Let's see what Madison Markwood found out on the sidelines. Madison?
Ellie Anderson of the Trojans is telling her team to just slow down and to block out. Not meaning just jump up and tip the ball, but to actually put a butt on them and block them out. It's been strange because Amy Rashad of Mount St. Mary's has been absent all of the quarter, making a huge difference on offense because of the Trojans' defensive pressure. So we'll see how that works out. Only 3 minutes left, so back to you.
All right, Madison, check on the number fouls of for Rashard as well as we get the free throws both good. And what do we have here?
Got a lane violation or crossing the line there on the inbounds. A little careless, and ref caught it. It's going to be a wasted possession back to Mount St. Mary's ball as Haygood knocked down those 2 free throws, and they're going to get a second chance to add some more without even having to play defense.
Good deal for Mount St. Mary, who leads by 14. 3:33 left to go in this first half. Another great pass and recognition, but how about the block by Williams? Looked like an easy 2 for the Lady Rockets, but Williams playing it on the defensive end. She brings it up court and is going to draw the foul, and that's going to be called on Haygood.
Williams is going to have to get some help, Steve. There's no doubt about that. It's 28-14. She's doing it all on both ends of the floor now. And if this is going to be any kind of game at all, somebody is going to have to step up on that Douglas roster.
She is committed to play basketball next year at Grambling University. Misses the free throw, but offensive rebound. Putback is up and good. Basket there by Day Johnson. That's the first 2 points by anybody other than Tierra Williams. 12-point lead now for Mount St. Mary.
And just as I say something, Day steps up, gets the offensive rebound, and now we're going to have a travel on the other end as Barry got a little over-anxious, drug that pivot foot. 28-16, big possession here for Douglas as they got a chance to cut it to 10 or possibly single digits with a 3-point basket.
3:04 left to go here in this first half of play. Coming to you live from the fabulous new UConn facility. Athletic Director David Fisher very proud of his basketball and wrestling facility as well as their football field. And how about Tierra Williams with another 3-ball? She has 17 of the 19 points, and just like that, it's a 9-point lead for Mount St. Mary.
They've got to find a way. It's easier said than done, obviously. She's an outstanding talent, and she is just doing a great job keeping her team in the game.
Bond deals, kicks to the corner. 3 on the way is good. Knocking it down, Jordan Haygood from the corner.
Second time we've seen Bond with some nice dribble penetration. Use that jump stop, pivot, kick it out to Haygood, and she has made her look good with the assist. Second 3-pointer of the night for Haygood.
Douglas got it to within 9. The 3 makes it a 12-point advantage with 2:10 left to go before halftime. Mount St. Mary's student section getting into it. There's a nice backdoor screen. Shot missed, however. And now numbers back the other way for Mount St. Mary. Driving it in as Barry pulls up, puts it off the glass. No good. Tie basketball will stay with the Lady Rockets.
Barry got a little tentative. She's usually great at running the floor, catching, going up in rhythm, going up strong, but she got a little tentative there, pulled up with a jump shot with Williams hanging out in that area. And fortunately for the Lady Rockets, they're going to get the jump ball out of bounds.
1:53 left to go in this first half of play. Wide open underneath. How she got that open, I do not know, but credit Brianna Wade for finding the opening there, getting the bucket, and it's back up to a 14-point advantage. Williams walks the ball up and kicks to the corner. Here's a three from way outside. That's up and good. That's Markeisha Lyons with her first points of the night.
Some other Douglas Lady Trojans chipping in here in these last couple possessions, cutting it back to 11. But they're going to have to get something done on the defensive end of the floor, as unfortunately they're giving up more than they're getting back.
That's the play I was looking for inside. It's up and good. Great job by Adrian Berry to seal off. Defender was trying to front her. No backside help, and easy too.
Tell you what, Steve, she's going to be a special player here in a couple of years. We talk about all these sophomores on this Rocket team, but Berry, just a freshman, and she has absolutely got all the tools to succeed at the next level, and she's got 3 more years left to play after this.
That is impressive. Traveling violation after the Lady Rockets got the turnover. Final minute of play in this first half. 13-point advantage for Mount St. Mary. Williams, nice no-look pass underneath. Girl passed up the shot, gets it back to Williams in the lane, who gets a nice touch and the 2 points inside.
I don't know what Williams' shooting percentage is right now, but she has not missed often. When she gets a chance to score, she makes it count. Still on the other end, big opportunity here for Douglas. Can't get it to go.
Mount St. Mary a little lax getting back defensively. Missed the shot. Here comes a long pass down the floor. Berry catches, stops, puts it up off the glass. 2 points.
Wow. That was an impressive. That's a catcher right there, showing that arm strength. Nice job by Berry running the floor. Big swing of momentum there, as it looked like Douglas had a chance to cut to single digits. Missed the layup, and Brianna Wade's going to pull down another rebound. And the Lady Rockets are 16 minutes away from the first trip to state in school history, Steve.
13-point lead for the Lady Rockets, 37-24 after 2 quarters of basketball here at UConn in this 4A area final. We'll take a timeout, continue our coverage right here on zpreps.com.
It's no coincidence the Toyota Tundra has received the most dependable large pickup award from J.D. Power and Associates. Not once, not twice, but 6 years in a row. Now that's a statement no other truck can make. The full-size Tundra from Toyota.
Whether you're a weekend warrior or a high school athlete, injuries happen. The physicians at Oklahoma Sports and Orthopedic Institute are ready to help you get back to your game. This team of highly trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians specialize in the prevention and treatment of all sports-related injuries, as well as comprehensive spine care, joint replacement, and fracture care. If you find yourself on the sidelines, call 360-6764 or log on to osoi.com. OSOI, get back to your game.
And we can expect the beautiful weather to continue this evening with a full moon and cloudless skies, low humidity, and just barely a whiff of warm southerly breeze. In fact, the forecast calls for 0 chance of precipitation for at least 48 hours. So it's a great night to leave the bedroom windows open and drift off to sleep in the balmy air with a gentle song of the crickets. Who knows when this morning a perfect weather.
Welcome back to UConn High School here. We're at halftime of this 4A area final as Mount St. Mary Lady Rockets leading at 37-24 over the Douglas Lady Trojans. Mount St. Mary is led by as many as 16 points in this contest. Douglas did get it back to within 9, but right now we sit with a 13-point advantage for the Mount St. Mary Lady Rockets as we're at halftime here at this sparkling new facility at UConn High School. the site of this 4A area final. The winner of this ball game here tonight moves on to the state tournament, someplace that the Lady Rockets from Mount St. Mary have never been before, trying to get there. And Greg, a great first half of basketball for the Lady Rockets.
Yeah, it was, and they were very fortunate with Amy Richard sitting on the bench with 3 fouls to continue to go get a lot of those transition buckets. Wasted some top opportunities early, had some struggles in the half court, but they got to feel confident with a 37-24 lead heading into the locker room. And you really got to feel if Richard can avoid foul trouble, that they can really just bust this game open. If they can key on Williams and just keep the ball out of her hands, really probably ought to start sending double teams at her every time she touched the ball, because I think you can live with certain people taking those shots for Douglas.
All right, color analyst Greg Spencer, now put on your coach's hat. Do you come out, do you play Richard, or do you let the second half begin and kind of feel it as it goes?
I think Coach Hamilton probably will go ahead and play her. I think he trusts her with 3 fouls. She doesn't usually stay in a lot of foul trouble. You just probably got to put her on somebody else, keep her off of Williams, keep her on one of those people that she can just kind of sag off and be in help side the whole time.
37-24 is our halftime score here at UConn in the 4A girls final. And right now, Mount St. Mary leading Douglas 37-24. We'll take another timeout, come back, and continue our halftime show right after this.
It's no coincidence the Toyota Tundra has received the most dependable large pickup award from J.D. Power and Associates. Not once. Not twice, but 6 years in a row. Now that's a statement no other truck can make. The full-size Tundra from Toyota.
I'm Roy Williams.
I'm Charles Howell.
I'm Mark Clayton.
I'm Tommy Harris.
Curtis Lofton.
Gerald McCoy.
I'm Chris Chamberlain.
What's your fate?
What's your fate?
In
life, you have choices, decisions. Then after your decisions, you have consequences.
You have to step up and choose to be different. What do you want to do? What do you want to be?
What is your fate?
What's your fate?
What's your fate? What's your fate?
What's your fate?
4A area final girls contest here. Mount St. Mary leading the Douglas Lady Trojans 37-24 as we continue our halftime show here. But Greg Spencer, you got some updates on scores and a look at some of the brackets.
Yeah, talk a little bit about some of the scores from earlier today. Teams advancing on to play in that consolation final tomorrow. And talking about some of those other games that are going on right now, both boys and girls games in Chickasha tonight. Piedmont and Anadarko, we're going to get you a score for that here in a little bit. But the loser will play Elgin, who went on to win 52-39 over Cache earlier today in that 1:30 game. That losers bracket game will be at 6:30 tomorrow night in Chickasha. In 4A Area 3 tonight going on right now is Perkins Tryon against a team that's always there, Steve, and that's the Veneta Lady Hornets. The loser of that game will face a team that when I was in high school was horrible, and that's Tulsa Daniel Webster. Apparently they've got it turned around now as they got a big win today to advance to the area consolation, 55-47 over Bing, and they will play the loser of that Perkins Tryon Veneta game. 4A Area 4, Fort Gibson, the defending state champions, playing Idabel right now down there at the Muskogee Civic Center. The loser of that one will play Jay, who defeated Muldrow 49-30 in that contest, and all those games are being played at the Muskogee Civic Center, Steve.
All right, check the scoring for Mount St. Mary in that first half. Jordan Haygood leading the way with 10, 8 for Bond, 8 for Barry, 6 for Wade, 3 for Braun, and 2 for Richard. And you have to really like where Mount St. Mary is right now with a 13-point advantage, given the fact that Amy Richard she went out in the first quarter, I think, Greg, and didn't play at all in that second quarter. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Hamilton does with Amy Richard, and to think that they're up by 13 with her on the bench with only 2 points without playing in that second quarter. You know, for Mount St. Mary fans that have shown up in force here tonight, they've got to be pretty happy with where they sit right now.
Speaking of the Mount St. Mary fans showing up in force, you got to give it up to them. They got here for the 3 o'clock boys game, had to exit the gym and pay again to see the girls game. Got to love that. But a lot of Mount St. Mary Rocket pride. The student section, one of the best in the state. And we're about to go down to the sidelines for Madison.
Well, guys, Williams for the Trojans has really stepped up her game, allowing them to make a few more points and get back in the game. It's become an exciting game at the new awesome UConn gym. And Amy Rashad was out with 3 fouls, and so she's going to be coming back in the game, so we'll see if she can make a little bit of a difference. Here we go. Back to you.
All right. Thanks, Madison. Appreciate that as we check the numbers on Tiara Williams. She has 19 of the 24 points to lead the way for the Lady Trojans here as we're at the halftime intermission. Both teams back on the floor. Hope you're enjoying our webcast here this evening on zpreps.com. Don't forget about the instant feedback button. Let us know who you're watching and some of the other area games that are going on and where you are watching from. That's something that always fascinates me, Greg, is the folks that, you know, back in the old days when you played or I played, maybe you could catch it on the local radio station and that was it. And of course now with the advent of internet for so many years, the opportunity for relatives to watch games from outside the state or outside the country has really been something that you guys have been getting a great response on.
Yeah, absolutely. And we actually had some comments from Jackie and Bruce talking about getting to watch their grandson, I believe, in that next game from California. So you always got people from all over the place watching. zpreps.com. Got a score update, a potential upset. Putnam City leading Ed Memorial 27-25 at the half.
You know, that's the group, that Putnam City team, where sometimes they play like they don't have a senior on the roster, and another time they play like they're all seniors. Unquestioned athleticism on that squad. They have height. They can knock the ball down from the outside. They can get it done in the perimeter, and they just seem like they have no fear. And that's something that, you know, when you got guys like that have no fear, that have that type of athleticism on any given night, they can give you fits.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what they're doing right now, apparently, to Edmond Memorial, the defending state champion, as is the case here. Whoever wins that game gets the automatic ticket to the state tournament. The loser would have to go through the loser's bracket.
Steve, one other quick halftime score before we get started here. Bishop McGuinness had a 21-20 lead on Lawton Mack at the half there in the boys game.
That's an interesting contest, too. 5A boys is just incredibly wide open this year. Douglas has the ball to start the second half of play, and a turnover. We'll give the ball right back to Mount St. Mary. Cliche, obviously, to say that you want to get off to a good start, but I might want to speculate if Mount St. Mary can get this right now, leading the by 13, if they can get off to a good start here, they might get a Douglas team that wants to give up and think this is over.
Yeah, two things that you probably heard in each of the locker rooms. You probably heard Douglas talking about those first 3 or 4 minutes, getting back in, making it single digits, trying to get it a manageable 6-5 point lead going into the fourth quarter, whereas you talk about Mount St. Mary, you're probably talking about putting that hammer down also in those first 3 to 4 minutes, as we saw Kaylee Bond there miss an opportunity. It's going to be Douglas ball.
Lady Trojans down the floor, kicking on the wing. Here's Williams. She got, I was going to say, it looked like she got away with the walk. One extra step, turns it over. 2 possessions for Douglas here in the second half, 2 turnovers.
Another halftime update. Union has a 33-17 lead over Booker T. Washington as Richard kicks out the Bond. Thought about a 3, but she's going to set it back, and they're going to run a little offense here.
Run a little clock as well. This is Barry. Richard, who starts the second half with those 3 fouls. Now a 3 from the outside. Back of the iron, no good. Richard was in there, but became timid at the last second, knowing that she could not afford a 4th personal foul. Douglas gets the ball back, trailing by 13, just underway here in the second half of play. Pull-up jumper, right side, rolls off long, no good. Rebound, and Richard comes up the right side, finds the middle of the floor. Now goes in the wing, wide open shot, no good. Long rebound, back out to the Lady Rockets. Haygood all alone in the middle. Shot no good. Follow up no good. Foul also called on Douglas. 2 shots upcoming for the Lady Rockets.
Lady Rockets getting some good looks here early on. Wade missed a good look at a 3. Bond, who usually sinks those, with a great look on the pass from Richard. But good offensive rebounding by Haygood and Wade, and she's going to the line for 2 shots.
First free throw from Wade, who had 6 points in that first half, is up and good.
Wade been to the free throw line 106 times on the season. She's made 72 of them. That's 67%. Pretty good for a post player.
Lady Rockets now 8 of 10 from the free throw line in the ball game. Substitution checking in as leaving is Lacey Cadell. And checking back in is Nia Stepney. Second free throw on the way from Brianna Wade is up and good. She got them both. She has 8.
Got another 4A girls update to you via Kelly Hines from the Tulsa World on Twitter. Veneta has a 20-14 lead at the half. I'm sure they've got started here early on, but Veneta with a 20-14 lead over Perkins Tryon.
Mount St. Mary foul going to be called on Jordan Haygood. That'll be her second. 15-point advantage. Biggest lead is 16 on the night for Mount St. Mary. Looks like they had a spill over there in front of the Douglas bench that they're tending to, and we're back to the action. This is Shawntrese Penny with the basketball, and she double dribbled. Not coming out of the locker room very focused for Douglas. That's 4 possessions, 3 turnovers. Mount St. Mary and Coach Hamilton want to take advantage of these opportunities. Chance to go up by the biggest lead in the game, leading it by 15. Good defensive play inside.
Not a very good post-entry pass by Bond. Thought she saw something, rushed a little bit, did not do a good job trying to get the angle. There goes Williams, coast to coast, 39-26, as she just continues to refuse to let this game get away from her team.
Yeah, you got to slide over and not let her get all the way to the basket like that. There's a shot that's up and no good. Williams gets the rebound, and she'll bring it length to the floor if you don't watch her, and she'll just do that but miss the shot, tipped around. Douglas gets the opportunity, foul called underneath with 5:34 left to go third quarter. Mount St. Mary leading at 39-26.
If you're the Lady Rockets, sometimes you probably look out there and wonder if there's more than one Williams running up and down the court, as she just seems to be everywhere for this Trojan team.
21 of their 26 points. Free throw line, up and good by Nia Stepney.
Jordan Braun's going to check back in for Kaylee Bond, as Bond has had a little trouble with her shot here early on in the third quarter. I'm sure she will get a rest here for a couple minutes, check back in, and she's a streaky shooter. When she gets going, she gets going. I expect to see her finish this game well.
Second free throw on the way, skips off, no good. Nice rebound inside by Adrian Berry. And down the floor quickly, Mount St. Mary, and foul going to be called. And that's going to be on Stepney, and if I'm not mistaken, that might be her third. We'll check the scoreboard here, and it is. So 3 on Stepney, 5:28 left to go third quarter. Lady Rockets by 12. Nice entry pass down low. Turnaround shot is up and good. How about that?
Very well executed inbounds play once again by the Lady Rockets, as Braun maybe made that shot a little tougher than she needed to, but maybe that was the shot she wanted to take.
Back up by 14. Douglas the other way, up and good for 2.
Nice floater there by number 2, Markeisha Lyon. Cuts it back to 12 as Richard having some trouble handling the ball there. Almost slips and rolls an ankle. She seems to have gathered herself up and controlling the offense. There's a lot of pressure being applied by the Lady Trojans.
Well, Douglas trying to step up the defense now. I thought that ball was deflected as well. Coach Hamilton is certainly lobbying for that. I didn't think there was any question that it was tipped. Looks like it's going to fall on deaf ears, and Coach Hamilton wants to take a timeout, probably to talk to his team, but more so maybe to talk to the official. We'll take a break as well. 4:44 left to go third quarter. Lady Rockets on top of Douglas, 41-29.
And we can expect the beautiful weather to continue this evening with a full moon and cloudless skies, low humidity, and just barely a whiff of warm southerly breeze. In fact, the forecast calls for 0 chance of precipitation for at least 48 hours. So it's a great night to leave the bedroom windows open and drift off to sleep in the balmy air with a gentle song of the crickets. Who knows what this kind of perfect weather will
4 minutes, 44 seconds left to go, third quarter. Lady Rockets of Mount St. Mary leading the Douglas Lady Trojans. 41-29 is our score. It was a 37-24 halftime advantage for Mount St. Mary. So a 13-point advantage. Douglas has been able to chip away 1 point away from that lead. As we get ready to go back to the action here, before we do that, let's go down to Madison Marquardt. Check in once again.
For Mount St. Mary's, they're saying that they need to execute and be able to get the ball down court. The Trojans are putting a lot of half-court pressure on them, and Mount St. Mary's is kind of struggling, so they just need to be able to execute, slow down, show some poise. This is their first time in an area playoff game, so they're just doing well. They just got to keep the Trojans down and not let them keep getting on a run. Back to you.
All right, up by 12 as Douglas has the basketball. Williams, nice bounce pass down low. Douglas nearly lost it. Now the pass deflected, stolen away by Mount St. Mary. Bond racing to the basket. 1-on-2, stops, left hand, up and good for 2. Nice job by Kaylee Bond. She's into double figures with 10.
Got her a quick rest, came back in, got a steal, good jump stop, nice fundamental move, step through, got it in, extend the lead back to 14 as we go on the other end. It's number 34. Chantrice Penny with the offensive rebound off the missed shot. Back to 12 points here for the Lady Rockets.
Richard drives. Little floater in the lane, no good, but perfect rebound positioning. Nobody blocked off Adrian Berry. And she does a good job in getting open underneath the basket and finding that lane, and does a good job of getting it up in 2. And it's a 14-point advantage once again. 5-on-1 break here. And a good defensive play, but Berry is there, and nobody for Douglas went back to play defense.
Brianna Wade did a nice job defensively, but she's got to get rid of the ball there. Unfortunately, they didn't call the foul. Berry was there for the tip-in, and a quick 4-0 run after they cut it back to 12. It's going to be 47-31 with 3:30 left to play.
16-point lead, biggest of the night. It matches it. We'll take a timeout with 3:31 to go here in the third quarter. You're watching on zpreps.com. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a high school athlete, injuries happen. The physicians at Oklahoma Sports and Orthopedic Institute are ready to help you get back to your game. This team of highly trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians specialize in the prevention and treatment of all sports-related injuries, as well as comprehensive spine care, joint replacement, and fracture care. If you find yourself on the sidelines, call 360-6764 or log on to osoi.com. OSOI, get back to your game. Back here at UConn in this 4A Area Girls Final. Mount St. Mary's 11 and a half minutes away from a berth to the state tournament. They lead it by 16 over the Douglas Lady Trojans. Once again, let's check in with Madison.
Well, guys, Coach Carly Anderson is telling her team that they need to play both sides of the ball, not just offense or defense. They can't get lazy on offense, they can't get lazy on defense. Mount St. Mary's answered their run, and they're back in the game. So here we go, back to you.
Shot is up, no good. Out of bounds, and it will be Lady Rocket basketball. And I think here's the point in the game, Greg, where they have an opportunity to close this thing out. They get the long pass down the floor. Nice pass, but unfortunately it went awry.
There's another one of those Brianna Wade passes you were talking about. It looks like it's going to sail out of bounds, and yet somehow somebody comes up with it. And it's going to go out of bounds. Lady Rockets ball here. You've seen a really good job of them tonight executing on inbounds plays. Let's see if they can do that again here.
3:13 left to go in this third quarter of play. Lady Rockets up by 16. That matches their biggest lead of the night. They've been there a couple of times. Nice spin move inside, and looked like pretty good defense by Tierra Williams, but Mount St. Mary will get the call, and they'll get to go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Just enough contact there. I thought Williams also did a pretty good job staying with her on the nice spin move, going straight up, but she must have got her a little bit with the body, as Wade's going to go try to knock down a couple free throws.
First one on the way is no good. Wade with 8 on the night. Was 2 for 2 from the free throw line, misses that one, and will get the second opportunity to try to give Mount St. Mary their biggest lead of the night. Substitution checking in for Lady Trojans. 3:01 left to play in this third quarter. Wade to the free throw line. I mean, she's got like a Dan Marino release. It's ridiculous. What a great arm. Shot up and good.
I know Coach Chris Stiles probably could have used her on the football field this year. She probably could have played for him. I'm not even joking.
Biggest lead of the night for Mount St. Mary. They're up by 17. 2:50 left to go Williams goes baseline, puts it up. Shot won't go, gets her own rebound, left hand up and good for 2. She has 23.
Still a little bit surprised that we're not seeing Williams get double teamed more, really just on the touch, because like we said, she's got 95% of their points here. Make her give up the ball. This game's on the ropes of being over. Mount St. Mary just quite can't seem to just really put the finishing touches on it just yet.
Bouchard misses the tough left-hander in the lane, knocked out of bounds by Douglas. Gina Crawley-Anderson, she is working over there as the Douglas coach. Her first year, an assistant for 3 years previous. She's done a real good job getting this team playing, finishing up with a 14-10 record at the moment. And a 5-second call. Lady Rockets will turn it over and give it back to Douglas. 2:21 left to go, third quarter of play. This is Day-Day Johnson with the basketball, gives it off to Tiara Williams. There she's double teamed. Back to pass inside, deflected, loose, and Mount St. Mary comes away with the basketball. Richard surveys the floor. Hounded there defensively by Imani King before she finally gives it up.
Douglas doing a nice job on Amy Richard, basically switching every screen she's involved in and basically face guarding her all over the floor. She's obviously had a frustrated game, but I don't think she's going to care, Steve, if they can come away with a win.
Well, you can't let her just drive all the way to the basket. Easy 2 points. Now 25 for Tiara Williams, makes it a 13-point ball game. Rory Hamilton does not want this thing to get away from him. He calls a timeout with 1:33 left to go in this third quarter. Take a timeout, come back, continue our coverage here on Z-Preps. Minute 33 left to go in this third quarter of this 4A area girls final. Mount St. Mary on top, 48-35 our score. Let's go down once again to Madison.
Well, guys, during that timeout, Coach Hamilton from Mount St. Mary's just told his girls to execute, that they're in the game, to be patient, be confident, and they've got this. He set up a few little plays for them to execute, so we'll see if they can do this in this third quarter. Back to you guys. All
right, full court pressure. Lady Rockets get it across the timeline to Wade. Douglas has stepped it up as it's starting to get late. Loose basketball, but last touch by Douglas. 1:21 left to go third quarter.
Douglas has made some nice defensive adjustments here late in the third quarter, trying to inch back into this one down 13, but it just still seems like they are still in striking distance. This game could kind of teeter either way here in the last minutes of the third quarter.
Will Mount St. Mary slow down and try to work some clock, Greg?
I wouldn't think so. That's just not really in their game. They're up tempo. They like to push the ball. And really the way Douglas is pressuring right now, I think they're going to have trouble running any kind of slowdown game.
Richard penetrates, drives, puts it up, overcompensated perhaps at a whistle and a foul underneath. And I believe it's called on Douglas. Stops the clock with 1:08 left to go in this third quarter.
Got some score updates for you, Steve, via Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, be sure and follow us at Z-Preps on Twitter. We talked about Edmond Memorial down at halftime. They currently lead 44-32 heading into the third quarter.
Wade off the inbounds pass. You talked about how well they've been successful on their inbounds passes. They get 2, but Williams just stands at the top of the key and drains another 3.
She's good.
She's
real good.
She has 28. She had 31 in a playoff game earlier this year. Looks like she'll easily exceed that.
Well, there's no doubt about it that Douglas has probably the best combination of a girls player and a boys player of anybody in the state.
Here's Bond, corner for 3. That's long, no good. Good job, however, by Haygood to keep it alive. In the paint, Wade inside, called for the travel.
I don't know about that one. Looked like a pretty good step through on the post move, but it doesn't matter. 50-38. As you know, Williams is definitely going to be looking for a shot here with a chance to cut it to 9 if they can hit a 3.
27 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Mount St. Mary not going to pressure the basketball a little bit, make them work for it. Williams passes and then gets it back. There's a 3 from the left side that's way short, no good. 14 seconds left. Outlet pass, Richard midcourt. 7 seconds. Nice little stutter move. Kick, corner, Bond, 3 ball in the air and good.
That was a nice play. Great little stutter step, crossover, step back, kind of change of gears there by Amy Richard. Bond waiting in the corner, and she finally knocks down a 3-pointer.
All right, timeout. We head to the fourth quarter. Mount St. Mary Lady Rockets 8 minutes away from a trip to the state tournament. They lead by 15, 53-38.
It's no coincidence the Toyota Tundra has received the most dependable large pickup award from J.D. Power and Associates. Not once, not twice, but 6 years in a row. Now that's a statement no other truck can make. The full-size Tundra from Toyota.
Back here at UConn, 53-38. Lady Rockets trying for a little bit of history here this evening. They're up by 15.
53-38, Steve, and if they can hold on to this lead in the fourth quarter, you might have trouble keeping that blue crew off the court here. I wouldn't be surprised. There's a good structure there. I like the way this gym brings the fans down to the court, but still has a little separation there where you don't, risk the students getting too much in an ear or doing too many things there down too close to the court. A lot of these newer high school gyms, it almost kind of starts up high. They leave them off. I don't like that separation.
We're underway here in the fourth quarter of play. Williams with the basketball. She has 28 points on the night. Defense forces her to give it up.
The blue crew chanting D up, as that's what they've done so far, except for Williams, who, like we said earlier, single-handedly kept this team in the game. Nice step through and draws the foul, even though she faced the double team there.
A lot of times when you have a player that really, or a team that really has one dominant player, you either double team him or they go with the phrase of make somebody else beat you. And tonight, Williams has kept this Lady Trojan team in the ball game. Free throw is up and good. She has 29 of the 39 points for Douglas.
Another 4A girls update for you. Out of Area 3, Veneta carries a 37-22 lead into the fourth quarter over Perkins Tryon.
53-40. Let's see how the Lady Rockets handle the pressure. We're just underway in this fourth quarter of play. Whoa. Wade almost lost it and now throws it away. Williams gets the basketball and then she loses it out of bounds. 53-40, 7:27 left to go in the ball game.
Steve, Booker T. Washington making a run on the #1 Tulsa Union Redskins have cut it to 5, 44-39 with 6:08 left to play there in that 6A boys matchup.
Great time of year. Calendar is turned. It's March. It's time for some basketball. Can't use that phrase where it talks about some craziness in the month of March.
It's copyrighted?
It's copyrighted, but I'm sure a few people slip here and there. We won't do that. In trouble, gets rid of the basketball. As we go into the 7-minute mark, Wade muscles her way inside and puts it off the glass, good for 2.
Good, strong drive to the basket by Brianna Wade. Extends that lead back out to 15, 55-40 with 6:50 left to play.
Right now, Mount St. Mary in the position where they don't mind trading baskets.
Steve, you really got to give some credit to Jordan Haygood, who's had the main responsibility of having to harass Williams all night long. Not that she has held her to a small amount of points, but she's had a lot of responsibility on her shoulders.
And I think that's going to be on Williams. And when I checked the board earlier, that was her third, and that is her 4th personal foul.
I can't imagine that they're going to take her out of the game at this point. It's kind of do or die time. If she fouls out, she fouls out. If she comes out of the game at this point, the game's over.
My guess is she's been in this position before too, Greg.
I would imagine.
15-point advantage for the Lady Rockets.
Which is why you got to get Brianna Wade a touch here if you're on offense. But Richard says, no, I'm taking this one to the basket. I haven't had a chance to score much tonight, but she scores on that one. Good, strong drive to the hole. 57-40 here, as I think you can see both the bench and these Rocket fans starting to sense that something special is about to happen.
You talked about Haygood harassing Williams and harassed her to the point where
she got the worst end of that foul. She's going to get called with a foul and an elbow to the face, as Williams, fortunate not to pick up her 5th foul there, instead draws a foul on Haygood.
6:04 left to go. Coach Hamilton goes to the bench. Substitution checking in for the Lady Rockets. And in the lineup now is Audrey Campbell. I believe that's her first action of the night.
I think she played a little bit in the second quarter, but it wasn't enough for us to remember too much.
Here's a 24-footer from way outside, no good. Williams there with the rebound. And a shot's up, no good, and a whistle and a foul and a 2-shot opportunity coming up for Williams. We have 5:54 left to go in this ball game. Mount St. Mary on top by 17.
Well, you just can't say enough about Tiara Williams and what she means to this team and how she's just kept them with any kind of a striking distance or possibility of making this a game all night. She's going to go to the line. She's going to finish this game with over 30 points. So she's got 29.
No, I think that's 31 now.
31 right there. Girls update, Fort Gibson, the defending state champs in 4A, 31-24. That was heading into the fourth quarter. Good game there in Muskogee.
Bartlesville leading Edison 37-34 in some boys action. End of 3 quarters in Catoosa. Carl Albert leading Coweta 39-38.
The one we thought might be an upset special halftime in 6A boys, Edmond Memorial's just stepped on the gas pedal here in the second half. They've extended that lead 52-34 over Putnam City with about 4 minutes left, Steve.
Great night of basketball. More action tomorrow. 16-point advantage for the Lady Rockets. Richard up top between the circles. Now to Wade. Hook pass in the middle. Bond goes up, leaves it a little bit short. Tie basketball. It will stay with Mount St. Mary with 5:31 to play.
Really just seeing a tale of two teams. One team that relies a lot on one girl leading the way, running the offense through her, whereas you got Mount St. Mary and just 4 people averaging double figures, and the way they run their offense in the half court, the way they push it in transition, just a really nice game plan by Coach Rory Hamilton, and the girls are executing it.
Another good job on the inbounds pass. They get it down low. There's Bond for 2 more. She has 15, and it's the biggest lead of the night, 59-41 for the Lady Rockets.
Well, those are bad. You could probably add up the amount of points that they have scored on inbounds plays tonight, and if you take those away, it's a single-digit game right now. Yeah. I think they've scored at least 10 points off inbounds plays.
Blocked from behind by Bond, but she's going to get whistled for the foul. 5:11 left to play. Don't forget Douglas boys coming up against John Marshall. Has the makings for a great contest, but boy, Douglas, they've reached the century mark in their last 2 ball games. Stevie Clark has gone for 65 and 51 in a couple of games so far this year, as the free throw is up and no good by Stepney.
5A boys update. That game was at the end of the 3rd period. It was Carl Albert leading Coweta 39-38 in that contest.
Next free throw, too strong, tipped around, controlled by Lady Rockets, knocked out of bounds, but it will still be Mount St. Mary basketball with 5:06 left to go.
Finally got a girls update from that Piedmont Anadarko game. It's in the 4th quarter, all Anadarko, 55-34. Anadarko, a team that beat Mount St. Mary's in a close one down there in the Purcell tournament. Maybe Mount St. Mary's going to get a chance with them in the state tournament, because now they're up 20 with 5 minutes left to play. Another transition bucket by Adrian Berry.
Berry now with 12. Williams driving in a blocking foul, and you were absolutely right. Of course, this time it was Audrey Campbell who is going to pick up the foul, but even coming off the bench, she is proven a tough customer.
Well, you know, I actually just remember that Jordan Haga got a light concussion, if you can call it a slight concussion, in the last game. So taking that blow there is why she's at the end of the bench right now, seeking the help from a trainer. Hopefully she's going to be all right. Obviously, if you can keep her out of the game here, you can. And as it looks like they're going to have another game left on their schedule on Thursday.
They're going to go through the series of tests that the athletic trainers now have to do. Let's hope she's going to be all right. Has a week off, it appears, until the state tournament next week. 4:40 left to go in regulation. It's an 18-point advantage. Richard in the lane kicks it outside, and Wade shoots a three that's way long. But Barry's there to get the rebound. Richard finds an opening, puts up the floater in the lane. It's up and good. She only had 2 points coming into the quarter, 6 now, and it's back up by 20.
Got to be impressed with the second half that Amy Richard has. Foul trouble, picking up 3 in the first half, then just being harassed on the switching screens in the third quarter. But she has really set the tone offensively down the stretch here as they've extended the lead out to 20. You can see that offense running through her more than ever right now.
4:12 left to play. Douglas with the basketball and another travel. A lot of turnovers tonight against Douglas. Good defensive pressure by Mount St. Mary.
Steve, we got a 2-point game as Tulsa Union undefeated records on the line. They got a 51-49 lead with 56 seconds left in that 6A boys contest for a trip to state. Coach Shea Sills trying to pull off the upset.
He's done it before. 4:01 left to go here in this girls 4A area final. Looks like history's about to be made for Mount St. Mary. They've never been to the state tournament in girls basketball. Coach Hamilton said he didn't want them to be happy with getting this far. Want to make sure that they punched their ticket for the state tournament. Wade drives, fouled on the play, nearly got the and one, but she goes down, and let's hope she's not hurt. She landed kind of awkwardly.
She seemed to grab at her calf or ankle. I'm not exactly sure. As Charlie, the manager over there for Mount St. Mary, is a busy man right now. Looks like Wade's going to be okay. That is very fortunate for the Lady Rockets.
Something that we had learned on girls' injuries, knee injuries, the ACL especially, from our good friends at OSOI. 8 times is more likely for a girl to have an ACL than a guy whenever it comes to that type of injury. And that's when I first heard that statistic, I was stunned.
Yeah, and I know Coach Hamilton actually puts his girls through about a 10-minute series of stretches every day before practice, specifically designed to reduce the chances of ACL injuries.
Hey guys, one fact about Brianna Wade, not too many girls get a shot at winning a basketball state championship and a softball championship, of which the Mount did, what, 2 years ago?
Last year, champion, yeah. Fell a little bit short this year, had some injuries, but she's a 2-time All-Stater, going to go to North Texas next year and be the catcher for the Mean Green, but she's only worried about hitting these free throws and taking her team to the state championship right now.
Great performance, very impressed. I've not been able to see Lady Rockets but once previous at that Purcell tournament, Greg, and I'm far more impressed here tonight than I was.
Yeah, at the time, you know, Jordan Haga was just coming off that wrist injury. She wasn't playing the amount of minutes. I don't think she was starting yet. Actually, Brittany Davis, the big girl, was starting, which now we haven't even seen Brittany seen the floor tonight. She's still got a bright future, though. Very good in the post, a lot of potential. But Jordan Haga's second half performance, not just in this game, but just in general in these last couple weeks of the season, has been really impressive to see the boost she's been able to give her team. And really, as well as that, you've also been able to see the emergence of Kaylee Bond. You've talked about how she missed the first 5 or 6 games of the season, and she's just gotten better and better as the year's gone on.
Unofficially, I have Bond for 15, 12 for Wade, 12 for Barry, 10 for Haygood. We said they had 4 players averaging double figures. They have 4 in double figures tonight.
But Richard with just 6, who's actually the one that averages 11.8 points per game. But she's done a really nice job running this offense in the late third and fourth quarters here as Wade knocks down another free throw to put the Rockets up 65-43.
Just hang on now and Work some clock. Let Williams get what she can have.
Do not foul. You don't want the clock to stop. You don't want to put them at the line. That's one of the things that drives me nuts in situations like that, not only as a fan or a broadcaster, but as a coach as well. You got a 22-point lead. Just play solid defense, make people make shots. Don't stop the clock and put them at the line.
22-5 run right now for Lady Rockets. Has them well in control. Free throw missed. Williams with the rebound, the putback, no good. Could have been called for a 5th foul, but wasn't. Instead, she'll get to go to the free throw line.
Well, it's got to be frustrating for Coach Hamilton. His girls having an outstanding game, but a little bit of a lapse there as they foul, put them at the line, don't block out, and now they put them at the line again. And, Steve, we're starting to see this place pack up here for this next game. You know it's going to be an exciting one. Douglas and John Marshall next on zpreps.com.
You know, even if you don't have a Stevie Clark in the contest any other year, that's always going to be a good matchup regardless. And given the star power that we have here tonight, the place will be filling up as we continue here at this new facility at UConn. Williams gets the second free throw as well. But it looks like it's going to be too little, too late. Still a 20-point advantage is Richard in the backcourt. Gets it across the timeline. Bond penetrates. Does a nice job falling away from the basket. Kisses it off the glass. Good for 2.
I tell you what, Steve, you watch Kaylee Bond play, and she's not that quick, but she is shifty. This is going to sound like a dumb comparison, but she kind of reminds me a little bit the way she moves her body and adjusts to James Harden sometimes. She does some of those types of things. She has good awareness of where the gaps are to create, and she just really is a crafty player in that same manner that James Harden always seems to be kind of taking contact and slithering his way in to score, and that's what she did there on that last basket.
Barry at the other end, open from 13 feet, takes the shot. Knocks it down. Could have been an opportunity for her just to use some clock, but they are very confident. Here's that outlet pass again. Wade to Barry. A little too strong. Offensive putback. Campbell up and good for 2.
Well, Barry heard the footsteps there by Williams, but she's got to realize she's got 4 fouls. She's not going to try to contact you there. But luckily, the putback was good for Mount St. Mary. 71-47, 2 minutes, and you're starting to sense it as the Blue Crew's kind of amping it back up here in these last 2 minutes, trying to get some of those kids off the bench here, I think is what they're trying to do.
Yeah, right now you've got a 21-point lead. You're under 2 minutes. Work some clock and maybe get some substitutes in and make sure nobody does get hurt as you prepare for your first ever trip to the Big House. And all those games next week will be on Fox Southwest.
Really been impressed with the way Amy Richard has attacked the paint all night long, or mainly in the second half. As Wade goes down again, he's finally going to get Brittany Davis in there. Need to get her out of there. Do not risk any injury. This game is under control. All but the final score is decided pretty much.
Barry gets the foul, stops the clock with 1:22 left to go in the ball game. Mount St. Mary on top 71-50. Williams will go to the free throw line, and then we've got some substitutions checking in for the Lady Rockets as Wade gets a big hug from Coach, and she will be checking out. I think you're right. She's grabbing the front of her shoe like she's got some type of calf cramp, and she's grabbing at that area back there right now. Horn sounds, and she'll go to the bench. Looks like she strained a calf or something, Greg, but she'll check out. Also coming out is Campbell. Kaylee Bond gets the big hug from the coach. But she's not coming out yet.
Premature hug there by Kaylee Bond. She's going to stay on the floor for a few more minutes here. 71-50, 1:22 to play. Lady Rockets sensing that history is about to be made, Steve.
Boy, and Williams, I lost count. I think she's up around 35. Outstanding contest, but really just a one-man show.
Yeah, got to give it up to her. She's done about everything in her power to keep her team in the game, but it was too much Lady Rockets with 1:08 left to play.
Clock ticking down. You can start to hear the rhythmic clapping of the Mount St. Mary fans who have made the trip. Now they rise and stand as they salute their girls. 45 seconds left.
That's going to be 5 on Williams.
Boy, and she deserves a standing ovation, too. Everybody in the place knew she was getting the ball as often as possible, and she still came up with an epic night. But it just wasn't enough, and she didn't have enough support. Kaylee Bond, Brianna Wade, they get the big hug. Coaching staff starting to enjoy it, and why not?
Well, this game's decided 71-51 with 46 seconds left to play as Amy Richard goes to the free throw line. But we've got overtime between Union and Booker T. Washington. Wow. Got to believe that that's a great game going on down there in Tulsa tonight.
Adrian Berry will take a seat. What a game she had. Just a great game all around for Mount St. Mary. Not too often you get to an area final and win by 20. Free throw is no good, and then it's taken away from behind. Nice job there by Jordan Braun. Mount St. Mary will keep the basketball and continue to work off some clock. Also in there now,
Tessa Daniel-Santoso, not an easy name to pronounce there.
That's why I pointed to the paper and had you do it. I saw that, and I didn't want any part of that. You know these girls quite well, so again, just happy to be along for the ride for the Mount St. Mary Lady Rockets. 15 seconds to go, a 20-point advantage.
Well, this is well earned, Steve. Got to give it up to Douglas. They're going to get a chance to bounce back tomorrow. Still have an opportunity to go to state. But this is about Mount St. Mary. Coach Rory Hamilton, Bo Bedford, they've done an outstanding job with this girls program. And they're going to head to the state championship. 71-51 appears to be the final with 1.3 seconds to play. A lot of hugs going around right now.
There's the inbounds pass, there's the horn, and that's it. History in the making for the Mount St. Mary Lady Rockets. They're going to the state tournament for the first time ever by virtue of a 20-point victory here tonight at UConn, 71-51 in the 4A area girls final.
Pretty great game plan by Rory Hamilton and the Mount St. Mary Lady Rockets, and they executed it. Like we talked about in pregame, double-figure scores, 4 of them. They all stepped up. Got to give it up to them.
Fantastic finish, 71-51 the final score. As Spence said, Douglas will get another chance tomorrow. You can see the coaches, Coach Hamilton pointing to the Mount St. Mary fans, raising the fists. Great job there for the Lady Rockets, and there they are able to hoist the area championship plaque. And that means you're going on to the big house next week. Of course, when you win your area tournament to get to the state tournament, that means you're going to get a more favorable seed as well. Even if you're number 1 when the season ends, if you get to the state tournament through the losers bracket, you have a tougher competition to face in the opening round. So this is doubly good for Mount St. Mary, as they will probably get one of the lower seeds from the east side as opposed to going against a higher seed from the east side.
Or Fort Gibson, somebody like that.
They'll get somebody out of the losers bracket.
Yeah, you got to figure with them coming out of the bracket that Blanchard was in, that they might be able to get a top, or they are obviously going to get a top 4 seed. I would expect them most likely to probably get that 4 seed, though. 3 or 4 seed is what I'd probably look at here.
Well, they're playing Celebrate. They are celebrating on the sidelines. We're going to take a timeout. Once again, our final Mount St. Mary Lady Rockets advance to the state tournament with the victory tonight over Douglas. Our final 71-51. We'll take a timeout, continue our coverage right here on zprops.com.
It's no coincidence the Toyota Tundra has received the most dependable large pickup award from J.D. Power and Associates. Not once, not twice, but 6 years in a row. Now that's a statement no other truck can make. The full-size Tundra from Toyota.
And we can expect the beautiful weather to continue this evening with a full moon and cloudless skies, low humidity, and just barely a whiff of warm southerly breeze. In fact, the forecast calls for 0 chance of precipitation for at least 48 hours. So it's a great night to leave the bedroom windows open and drift off to sleep in the balmy air with a gentle song of the birds. Who knows when this kind of perfect weather
Whether you're a weekend warrior or a high school athlete, injuries happen. The physicians at Oklahoma Sports and Orthopedic Institute are ready to help you get back to your game. This team of highly trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians specialize in the prevention and treatment of all sports-related injuries, as well as comprehensive spine care, joint replacement, and fracture care. If you find yourself on the sidelines, call 360-6764 or log on to osoi.com. OSOI. Get back to your game. It's picture time here at UConn High School. You get a look at the 4A area champs, Mount St. Mary Lady Rockets. Coach Rory Hamilton raising a fist to the sky as they get the victory and advance to the state tournament. 71-51 the final here tonight over the Douglas Lady Trojans. And Mark, I know you're part of this program, and it's a special moment for the boys. Have been doing it for a couple years. Special moment for the girls and their fans.
No doubt about it. Worked very hard. I've been around their practices, and that's something that a lot of people really don't understand, how hard these girls work behind the scenes. Many times. I could tell you a ton of stories about Kaylee Bond going down to All Saints Junior High School gym, and in the middle of the afternoon, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the morning, it didn't matter, down there taking shot after shot after shot, and look at the rewards there, Steve.
It's great, and you can see Coach Hamilton now. He's being congratulated by the boys coach, athletic director Lenny Hatchett. And just a great job there. Hey, we've got more action coming your way tonight in about 12 minutes, as a matter of fact. It'll be the #1 ranked Douglas boys and Stevie Clark taking on a much improved John Marshall team as they get ready for the boys area final, and that'll be coming up here in about 10 minutes or so. Well, that's going to do it for our first game here this evening. Of course, our second game of the day is the Mount St. Mary boys already advanced, and they'll play tomorrow to see if they can get their berth to the state tournament. Once again, our final score, Lady Rockets from Mount St. Mary advance to the state tournament. They defeat Douglas 71-51. We'll be back in about 10-11 minutes or so, and we'll get ready for the boys 4A area final right here on zpreps.com.